The headline is the weapon. TM, trademark. Because facts are for suckers who read past paragraph numero tres. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to modern American journalism, where the only thing faster than the speed of light is the speed at which a New York Times editor can turn maybe, kinda, sources say, into the devastating headline, Trump appoints Satan as Treasury Secretary. Also reportedly filmed eating baby kittens. Step right up, comrades. Behold the sacred ritual. Drop the atomic headline at 6:01 p.m. Pete Hegseth orders crew to machine gun orphan puppies in a war crime orgy. Actual story. Guy shot a drug boat that was shooting at a U.S. helicopter. Puppies unharmed. Let it marinate then on Twitter for 12 beautiful hours while the blue-checked ghouls declare, see, this is why we're allowed to shoot conservatives now. It's in the Hague Convention. Look it up. Quietly update the piece at 3:42 a.m. with one paragraph buried between ads for erection pills. Pentagon says the boat was in the process of firing RPGs and Hegseth was actually in the bathroom during the second missile. Never mind. Not our bad, just never mind. War crime charges against a conservative public figure. Print it, plaster it, let the association sink in. This person is a monster. When the charges are vaporized like a snowflake in a microwave, shh, no follow-up. That, my friends, is boring. The initial cognitive contaminant has already been released into the collective echo chamber, and its half-life is seemingly forever. Mission accomplished for the blue team. Rinse, repeat, collect Pulitzer for courage like they did with Russia Gate. Charlie Kirk gets publicly murdered by a trans Tifa furry who went far left after college indoctrination. Cue the instant narrative. The headline performs the journalistic equivalent of a 3-point turn in a panic. So the headline goes, was the shooter a right-wing groyper upset that Kirk wasn't white nationalist enough? What's that? Huh? The shooter was a trans Tifa associated leftist with anti-fascist slogans on his bullets that he hand-carved? Irrelevant. The headline's job was not to report, it was to confuse. It's to ensure the average scrolling past drone thinks, oh, it's just those crazy right-wingers eating their own again. Vote blue no matter who. No correction, because the news cycles will have moved on to a squirrel who's wearing a tiny hat. And we gotta feature that to distract from what we said before. Fast forward to the other day. FBI finally cuffs the January 5th pipe bomb guy. 6:03 p.m. Breaking. Pipe bomber is Trump supporter who believed election was stolen. Oh, the big lie reappears once again. Will people ever learn? Let it marinate and boil the tapioca minds of the left. Next day, Bomber's family comes out and says he literally hated Trump like the rest of us, like his entire family who were bail bondsmen to get illegal immigrants out of ICE custody, who personally sued anybody that tried to impede them from doing so, using Benjamin Crump. And now how dare you besmirch the good name of Brian Cole Jr. like that? If you call him a Trump supporter again, we will sue you. 6:18 p.m. Media. We said sources familiar with the matter, not facts. Calm down, you fascists, you Nazis. And then we go to the New York Times, his hit piece on crypto czar David Sachs. Now this comes with the sheer artistry as of the headline being the weapon. billionaire tech czar is benefiting himself and his friends. You read the piece, you sift through the 4,000 words of breathless implication, and you find nada, nothing, zilch. It's a strategic sabotage, as even Mark Benoit, the Che Guevara of Silicon Valley, put it. But the headline doesn't need evidence. It needs innuendo. It needs to create the association. Trump administration equals corruption, to discourage anyone decent from daring to step up into public service for the Trump admin, to help him along in getting his objectives done, which run counter to the Blob and the New York Times. This way, they get to control what gets accomplished. It's putting another obstacle in the way of governing as we voted for. And it's a warning shot fired across the bow of competence. Join the wrong side, and we will make your life a headline of shame. Do you want to deal with that? Does your family desire to be in the New York Times crosshairs? But the headline, my friends, it already landed. Mission accomplished. Another swing voter now thinks Trump hired Scar from the Lion King to run crypto policy. This, my friends, it's not journalism. This is psychological warfare with a masthead. They don't need the story to be true. They only need the headline to live rent-free in your skull for 48 hours until the association is created by repetition especially. And by the time the correction dribbles out in 8-point font next to the horoscope section, the damage, my friends, is done. The tapioca-brained masses have already retweeted it with crying, laughing emojis and the solemn pronouncement. This is why democracy dies, bro. The headline is the weapon, my friends. It's a psychological warfare device meant to keep dummies foaming at the mouth in perennial outrage, forever loyal to the blue team mafia and forever ignorant of the actual truth, which is really the last thing that they would want to report.